any of it real? I mean, look at this. Look at it! A world built on fantasy. Synthetic emotions in the form of pills. Psychological warfare in the form of advertising. Mind-altering chemicals in the form of food. Brainwashing seminars in the form of media. Controlled, isolated bubbles in the form of social networks. Real? You want to talk about reality? We haven't lived in anything remotely close to it since the turn of the century. We turned it off, took out the batteries, snacked on a bag of GMOs while we tossed the remnants in the ever-expanding dumpster of the human condition. We live in branded houses, trademarked by corporations, built on bipolar numbers, jumping up and down on digital displays, hypnotizing us into the biggest slumber mankind has ever seen. You have to dig pretty deep, kiddo, before you can find anything real. We live in a kingdom of bullshit. A kingdom you've lived in for far too long. So don't tell me about not being real. I'm no less real than the fucking beef patty in your Big Mac.
What is it about society that disappoints you so much?
Oh, I don't know. Is it that we collectively thought Steve Jobs was a great man, even when we knew he made billions off the backs of children? Or maybe it's that it feels like all our heroes are counterfeit. The world itself's just one big hoax. Spamming each other with our running commentary bullshit masquerading as insight. Our social media faking as intimacy. Or is it that we voted for this? Not with our rigged elections, but with our things, our property, our money. I'm not saying anything new. We all know why we do this. Not because Hunger Games books makes us happy, but because we want to be sedated. Because it's painful not to pretend. Because we're cowards. Fuck society.
Elliot, you're not saying anything. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Love is not about needing someone to complete you. It's about finding someone who accepts your incompleteness, who stands beside you, not as a remedy, but as a mirror to your strength and your deepest truths.
The ontological fallacy of expecting a light at the end of the tunnel. Well, that's what the preacher sells. Same as a shrink. See, the preacher, he encourages your capacity for illusion. Then he tells you to fucking virtue. There's always a buck to be had doing that. I mean, it's such a desperate sense of entitlement, isn't it? Surely this is all for me. Me? I'm so fucking important. I'm so fucking important, right? Fuck you.
I'm wearing dark glasses today because I'm seeing the future and it's looking very bright.
I love this quote from Emerson where he says, "In the minds of geniuses, we find our own neglected thoughts." So key. In the minds of geniuses, we find our own neglected thoughts. I think what he was saying there was, geniuses don't have thoughts that are categorically different from the ones everybody has. What's different is they hold on to them, they look at them, they feel them. You could say in the minds of artists lie feelings that, lie our own neglected feelings. In other words, artists, geniuses, etc., they're just paying more attention to the stuff that's in everybody's mind. It's not that their stuff in their mind is completely radically different, which is why often when you hear a great song or a great piece of poetry or whatever, or read a great book, sometimes you think, I kind of knew that was already in me, that I'm merely being put back in touch with something that's in me already, because what the so-called clever person has done is just pay it more attention. So let's not deify these people, and let's also open up, quickest way to become a genius, pay more attention to your own neglected thoughts.
I think human consciousness was a tragic misstep in evolution. We became too self-aware. Nature created an aspect of nature separate from itself. We are creatures that should not exist by natural law. We are things that labor under the illusion of having a self, this accretion of sensory experience and feeling, programmed with total assurance that we are each somebody. when in fact everybody's nobody.
I wouldn't go around spouting that shit I was you. People around here don't think that way. I don't think that way.
I think the honorable thing for our species to do is deny our programming. Stop reproducing. Walk hand in hand into extinction. One last midnight, brothers and sisters opting out of a raw deal.
I'm extremely suspicious of normal people. I think that they're devious for the most part because they're lying. The only way that you can be normal in a society like this is to be complicit with things that are inhuman. Joseph Conrad said, I think, in The Heart of Darkness, that the devil of our age is not satanic and diabolical. He's this flabby, mediocre creep. I mean, just nothing special about him, and people are fools to fall for all his tricks because they're not very good tricks. I mean, that's what we live in now, is this morally indifferent and complacent, lazy-minded, passive hordes of people just waiting for who knows what.
Do you get the impression that many people in society think that artists are crazy? Probably because the artists often spend the whole night up working. They're very romantic. They have enormous ideas and plans. They see pictures in their heads. They dress a little strangely. They can be most compared to young children who are unpredictable. They can sometimes dress strangely. They are a little wild at times. They can put on funny faces and imitate peculiar voices and sounds spontaneously. And they're, of course, very creative. So let's look at society. Society has mass killings, vast amount of crime, dishonest governments and corporations, robotic school systems, and harmful chemicals in the food. Now, who's crazy? If you're called crazy by an insane society, I think you should regard it as a compliment.
I can be hard to live with. I don't mean to, but I can be critical. Sometimes I think I'm just not good for people. That's not good for them to be around me. I wear them down. They get unhappy.
I'm wearing dark glasses today because I'm seeing the future and it's looking seeing the future
And it's looking very bright.
Bright.
Imagine if it was possible to completely change the way you live your life. To look at your life and ask yourself what you would do if it had ended. And then take what's left of your real life and live it properly.
I feel certain I am going mad again. I feel we can't go through another of those terrible times, and I shan't recover this time. I begin to hear voices, and I can't concentrate, so I am doing what seems the best thing to do. You have given me the greatest possible happiness. You have been in every way all that anyone could be. I don't think two people could have been happier till this terrible disease came. I can't fight any longer. I know that I'm spoiling your life. That without me you could work, and you will, I know. You see, I can't even write this properly. I can't read. What I want to say is I owe all the happiness of my life to you. You have been entirely patient with me and incredibly good. I want to say that everybody knows it.
Good as a fast car, a flash house and a gold-plated dunny to me. Absolutely no good at all. I've been put on this planet to protect wildlife and wilderness areas, which in essence is going to help humanity. I want to have the purest oceans. I want to be able to drink water straight out of that creek. I want to stop the ozone layer. I want to save the world. And you know, money's great. I can't get enough money. And you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to buy wilderness areas with it. Every single cent I get goes straight into conservation. And guess what, Charles? I don't give a rip whose money it is, mate. I'll use it and I'll spend it on buying land.
You have a creative mind, you're gonna doubt a lot of things. Insecurity is all completely normal, especially with your own work, because it's an extension of yourself. You gotta like just start being cool with letting people get to know you on a deeper level.
Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing dared had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert, repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I'll tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. Better?
You know, sometimes you can have a whole lifetime in a day and never even notice that this is as beautiful as life gets. Oh, I just feel happy that I noticed. I had a beautiful life today. I even died and lived to tell about it.
Right.
What a day. What a day.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet, don't look too good nor look too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at the beginning and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 40 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
The further away I am from the human race, the better I feel. People do too much, they say too much. Just sleep all day long and forget the day. To me, once a person enters the door, the first thing I think of is getting rid of them. I love being alone. It's not solitary at all. I want to be solitary. It's great. The best thing in the world is to get away from other people. It's glorious. I just don't like people. I only like myself.
Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circle flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die.